Hello everyone, my name is GeneralJSmith and welcome back to another live stream. This is the first in this coming week of live streams where I'll be building, wait for it, the UCS Millennium Falcon. Oh, this thing is so heavy. Now, I haven't actually finished setting up yet. I've still got to put the tripod and move the table and stuff. So just give me a little bit. Give me like 10 minutes. Give me like 10 minutes and I'll be able to set everything up. Oh, cool banini. Okay. In the meantime, though, how's it going, guys? The last stream I did on May 4th ended up getting copyright striked thing, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to position this. Okay. Yeah. So the thing I did on May the 4th when I was building the Slave 1, UCS Slave 1, that got copyright striked. Isn't that fun? Is it straight? Just trying to check if this is straight or not. Cool. Okay. Okay. Just trying to make sure. Nope. Too far. Sorry, I'll talk more in a second. I'm just trying to make sure everything's positioned correctly. Like everything's symmetrical. It's probably my OCD, which makes me want to do that. I don't have OCD. Don't you just hate it when people say they've got OCD or they don't actually have OCD? That'll do. That'll do, pig. Alright, now I need to. This is, by the way, for those who haven't seen, this is my 4K camera. It's fairly new. I got it because my old camera broke. I don't know how, I think it was just old. Because I didn't even realize. My old camera, I got it in 2013. So that was some time ago. So this is the newest camera I got. I think I got this 1 or 2 months ago. I don't remember. But it is 4K, which is quite cool. Although the thing is, though, I mean, this is obvious. It's the same for all cameras. But the thing is, with this camera, it is 4K. But, of course, to record in 4K, it requires more memory. So if I, record everything in 4K, then I only get like an hour's worth or so of memory, which isn't really enough to, like, at least these live streaming. When I'm doing like a review, then that should be fine, because I don't obviously record 2 hours or, straight. But like for these live streams or like these Let's Builds kind of thing, it's not impossible, because I can just take the memory card out, put it into the thing, take it back out and all that stuff. But it just takes longer, so I record it in like 60 frames per second, 1080p, which of course isn't quite as good as 4K, but it's decent. Hang on. I'm just setting all this up, baby. But yeah, so okay. But yeah, so what's been going on, guys? What's been going on? I haven't actually got the chat up yet, but feel free to leave any comments down below, because I'm going to get my laptop in a second. And then, whoops, do that again. Cool. All right. Put you up there, and then I'm so disorganized. It's not even funny. We're gonna stick that on there just for now, just so it can move out of the way. Right, so this coming week is gonna be pure live streams. To be honest with you, I mean, I don't want to say it because I know a fair amount of you actually like them, but this may bring a close the season of live streams, which I started last year, really, when I started really getting into live streams and doing them a lot. This may be one of the last, or at least this week, maybe some of the last I do, at least for some time. Mainly because I don't really have any more sets to build. And I suppose, obviously, I could do other stuff, but I don't really know what else to do. The live streams really were just kind of almost filler videos, the sort of videos you make when you don't, there's nothing specific really to do. So without anything to build, unless there's something really, pressing me to talk about, like, and it'll take a while to do, then honestly, there's not really a massive course to do them. But if you really want to see some live streams, then, tell me, and we'll see how it goes. All right, nearly done. Just going to set some things up. I love the way that you actually can't see what I'm doing right now, so it just sounds just so weird. But actually, yeah. Ooh. Plugging the camera. Why is the light on? Figure that out another time. I'm trying to get the chat up right now. But my freaking laptop is so broken, it's not even funny. I'm taking a mic. That's one light. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Right, so now just got to get the chat up. Now I've got to set my tripods, and then we'll be ready to rock and roll. Oh. Why is everything I own broken? So how's everyone doing? How are you all doing tonight? By the way, for live streams coming later this week, right, for live streams coming this week, feel free to name drop any YouTubers you want to be in this, and that includes yourself. If you're a YouTuber and you particularly want to be on a stream, then let me know. Here's the thing: you need to have at least a few videos on your channel, mainly because that's more for my sake, because I want to be able to check that you're actually a legitimate, YouTuber. Because I don't want someone coming on here who ends up supporting Hitler or whatever. Oh, my laptop is broken. Oh my days. Anyway, so yeah, so feel free to request that you can request to be in the stream if you want to, but just letting you know that you may you need to have some videos on your channel at least so I can check you're not awful, more or less. But yeah. Okay, this is actually really annoying me. My laptop right here is so the mouse isn't even responding. Okay, there we go. I need to buy a new laptop if this one's so bad. It's just old and just generally broken. Also no sound, so And of course, as usual, if you've got any questions, got anything you want me to talk about, feel free to leave it in the chat. Oops. Feel free to leave it in the chat, and I will make sure to go around to it. Cool. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, there's an advert. I can't even get to my own stream as an advert. Okay. Ah, here we go. Oh, bloody hell. There's a broken laptop. I know you have no idea what's going on right now, but from my point of view, this is awful. Hello. All right, I'm here. All right. Hello, Matazipozak. No idea. Hello. Hello, Lego Bro Animations. Yeah, not many people. Give some time. It's Sunday, but I love the way that people are just sort of having conversations about how there's not many people here, and then they just leave themselves. So I finished rebuilt my rental ship last week. That's cool. That's a really cool ship to rebuild. So what are you thinking about Traders from Han Solo Star Wars story? I love this set. Took me 23 hours, but yeah. Okay. First thing I'll talk about. How long? Well, I'm still not quite ready to set up. First thing I'll talk about. Anyway, yeah. I'm planning that this is going to take me about 15 hours or so to build. I'd say that. Like, I think I might have talked about this in another video. I can't quite remember. Oh, I'm building my tripod right now. Anyway, yeah. So based off how quickly, generally speaking, I build, because I built the Disney Castle in about 8 hours, and as well as the fact that other sets I'm building, you know, like that's the kind of average length. Like generally speaking, it takes me about 2 hours to build 1,000 pieces, kind of thing. So if every 1,000 pieces a set has, that will take about 2 hours. And again, it's a very rough estimate, but you know, it's that. So the Disney Castle took me 8 hours. Other sets are like 2,000 pieces, taking 4 hours. Like the Slave One, which I built last time, that has about 2,000 or so pieces. That took me about 4 hours. I mean, it's like the actual live stream was longer, just because I had to sort of do something else. But generally speaking, it takes me about 2 hours for every 1,000 pieces. Therefore, you know, oh gosh, this is so heavy. Here we go. All right. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Bricks to you. Thank you so much. Honestly, you are my first ever donation. I'll repeat what I said in the beginning when less people were here. If you want to be on my channel, like if you want to be on a live stream or future live stream, because every single day of this week until I think Friday or Saturday, I'll be doing live streams every single day. So if you want to be on it, or of course you want any other YouTubers to be on it, let me know. And there's a few conditions. Like you have to have some videos on your channel. Yeah, that is purely because I want to check that you're not a horrible person. Because I don't just want to like put anyone on here who's just any random person might just start swearing and I don't know whatever. So preferably you've got some videos on your channel that I can actually watch, that I can make sure that you're a reasonable person, that you're not awful. Otherwise, however, feel free to drop me a message saying, hey, can I be on a live stream this coming week? And I'm more than likely to say yes, because why not? Quite frankly, obviously it doesn't matter how many subscribers you got. You can have 3 subscribers, you can have 40,000. You want to be on the channel? That's completely fine. So yeah, so just like make sure you got a few videos on your channel so that I can watch it and make sure you're not awful, I guess. And then I'll be more than happy to have you on a live stream if that's what you so desire. This is actually surprisingly cramped. I did not realize. The thing is, normally I won't have my laptop next to me, so I just realized you cannot see a thing I'm talking about, can you? Like you have no idea. Okay. Whoops. Hello, everyone. We'll stick that there. This is taking so much longer than I originally thought it would. People don't realize just how much setting up this space requires. It's such a big space to set up that actually doing it is actually fairly difficult. Can't do this. But yeah, so I can't see from there. But Bricks to you, I think. I think that's it. The person who donated, feel free to ask any questions because you're the first person to ever donate, and for that reason, feel free to ask anything, and as long as I can, then I will answer it. You have deserved it because you're my first ever donor. Thank you very much. Anyway, by the way, I'm really sorry that I'm not building the Falcon yet. It's just because I need to freaking set this up, and it's such a big thing. It's so hard. Honestly, I know you can't see at all what's going on, but this is taking so much setting up. God. All right. Gotta set up my dope ass camera, my 4K camera, baby. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, baby. That's up. Put something there. I'm breaking stuff left, right, and center. Again, for like the 5th time, I apologize that you cannot see at all what is going on. Oh, God. I nearly broke something there. I am actually sweating. I have not even started building yet, and I'm already sweating. I swear, guys, it is getting there. Just you gotta give me time, baby. You gotta give me time. Trying to make sure it's in the right position. So it looks cool. This section. See, it's always tricky to get the right camera position. Not for the camera you're currently watching this on, but the camera that you're going to see the live, like the speed build of, when like in a week's time when it's done. It's always tricky because I need to sort of guess what the set kind of thing. I think that'll be fine. Cool beans. Ugh. We are very nearly done, guys. Like we are. Whoops. Oh. We are seriously very nearly done. I just got to plug in a few things. Cool. Okay. Okay. Oh, bloody hell! I'm going to position it. Oh! All right. Okay. Cool. Need my scissors. I need my scissors to cut this thing open. Right. We are ready. I'm just going to have a little quick look at the chat before I start. This live stream should last about 2.5 hours. I mean, obviously, this live stream will not. I will not finish it in this live stream. Hence the reason why I'll be doing this all week. But anyway, but there you go. Hey Lego Bro Animations, the Jackal Lego. Has Chronami Customs ever ripped you off? Please, what? PS hi. Oh, hi. No, I'm gonna go ahead and assume. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and assume you've only seen the most controversial video on my channel. No, Chronami Customs have never actually ripped me off. That was a joke. A very bad joke, which did not land at all. But there you go. It was still meant to be a joke nonetheless. So, you know, no, they never actually written me off. Tyler, I've never spoken to a while. No, I've spoken to him a couple of times. I've had a couple sort of like little conversations with him, and he's a nice guy, I would join if you find that what I would love to join if you're fine with that. JGM? I don't know what that is. I would love to join if you're fine with that. JGM. Wait, GJM. I don't know what GJM means, to be honest with you. What's your Gmail for Hangouts? Yeah, sure. You know what? Fine. My Gmail for Hangouts. It's probably better if you give me your Gmail, just because I think it's easier for me to add someone than it is to. I mean, my Gmail is the same for everything. So literally, just go to my channel and it's there, like on the about page where it says like subscribers and views and all that. It's right at the bottom. Like my Gmail is the same for everything. It's GeneralJSmith@gmail.com. But yeah, sure. Why not? Okay, I'll talk about. Okay, I'll talk about someone who said that. Okay, so Matt something said beforehand. So what are you thinking about trailers from Han Solo of Star Wars Story? I'll talk about the film on Friday, like my Friday stream, because it'll be out by then, and hopefully I'll be able to see it before the stream happens. Which is also convenient because Friday will be my last stream, and I'm assuming by that point I will have finished this, and this will be built. So hopefully, so my last stream of this week, when I'll be finishing this, will probably be the stream where I'll talk about Solo, that show film. What do I think from the trailers? I think I'll start. Sorry, I'm just sitting here. Okay, we're gonna start now. I press record on the camera. Okay, so from the trailers, I mean, of course, even from the beginning, there was controversy because, of course, The Last Jedi is a interesting film, isn't it? Oh god, man, there are so many bits of sellotape keeping this thing together. But yeah, The Last Jedi is still an interesting film, and because for whatever reason they decided this year they don't want to bring out Solo at the end of the year, but rather they want to. So I'm trying to open this, but it's not working at all. There's so much sellotape. Okay. But instead of wanting to bring out Solo at the end of the year like they do with every other film, they're going to want to bring it out in May, which doesn't really work because the last film, The Last Jedi, came out in... Oh, hello. Hello. Oh, here we go. Here it is. Whoa, Nelly. Damn, that is big. That is a big-ass instruction manual. I'll show you better when I take off. Put these stickers here. It's quite cool, obviously. We've got this little thing here, which is quite nice. And we've got the boxes. Very good. All right. What am I talking about? I'm going to take the boxes out like that. Jeez, even the boxes are heavy, like individually. Like I would say each box weighs about the same as like, ooh, I'm going to say like a good, 100-pound set. Like, I mean, not as much as like the Star Destroyer weighed, but still quite a bit. Like one of these boxes weighs like, could easily be a Lego set within itself. So it's definitely big, huh? Okay. Okay. Put this down like so. I've completely wrecked my table here because it's all out of place. I would stick down these base plates you see right here. I would stick them down with sellotape. That's what I've done in the past. But oh. I'll put that all the way back. Cool. I would stick them down with sellotape, but they it leaves a bad mark on the table underneath, which is why I don't stick down these base plates. Look at this monster. Holy wow. I mean, the biggest thing I have until now is the Disney Castle. That has like 4,000 pieces. This instruction manual is so much bigger than that instruction manual. Like, I can't even exaggerate how much bigger this is than that. This is actually incredible. Like, I'm not even kidding. I would go through this right now, but the thing is, like, right now I'm technically recording the Let's Build of this. So I don't want to like spend too long because it'll look weird in the final video. You can see here bag 1, 2, 3. Like the entire frame of it won't even be complete till bag 6. How many bags are there? Oh, there's 17. That's not bad actually. There's 17 bags then, it says here. That's not bad. I mean, granted, you know, obviously a lot of them are different things. But yeah. Okay, so I'm assuming there's a box 1. Damn, this is so freaking massive. It's ridiculous. See, I'm thinking to myself, do I have it like, you know, do I have the instruction manual laid out like this and have it like sort of over here? But the thing is, this instruction manual is so freaking big. I could fold it, but then it would be more of a hassle to keep turning the page. So I'm honestly, I don't know what to do now. Anywho, we're going to start with box 1. I don't know which one's box 1. Oh, you're kidding me. No, come on, they must be labeled. Don't tell me they are not labeled. They must be labeled. The Death Star, which I built like several years ago, that had like half the pieces, that had boxes in it, and those boxes were labeled like 1, 2, 3, and all that. Oh no, come on, these must be labeled. It doesn't have the numbers on them. How do I know which one's the first box? Do I just have to work it out from the pictures? I don't know. Is there anything? 9, 8. I mean, I don't know. God damn it. I have no idea which one's the first box. Oh, I'm just going to have to open the one and figure it out, I guess. I don't know what I'm doing here. Alright, we're just going to open this one. I sure as hell hope like they're all like, you will open it one at a time. Okay, so this has bag 14 in it. So I'm pretty sure it's not that one. We're going to put this down here. Okay. What? Oh, hey, Adam Curran. I can never pronounce your last name. But hey, Adam, you have to open all 4 boxes. Come on. Don't tell me that. Alright, I think this might be the first box. I mean, like, no, it's first thing, because this has, like, bag 2 and stuff. So I'm going to check. I mean, the box are just open. Yeah, but I mean, like, when you say you have to open all the boxes, you don't have to literally take everything out of all the boxes, do you? Because that would be ridiculous. I mean, it says there's 17 bags, and I assume there are multiples of each bag. So, alright, so this is like, I see a bag 9 here. So, like, you don't have to literally get every single bag out, do you? Because some sets have that, like the Disney Castle, for example, came with one of these boxes, and you had to get, like, it wasn't actually labeled. It was just, I don't really know why it was there. I suppose it was just there to try and keep more of it together. But you had to get all the stuff out of the box anyway. Like, it didn't really matter. This is box 6. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a gamble. I'm gonna assume that I don't know if this is right, but I'm gonna assume that you only have to do 1 box at a time, because that'd be ridiculous. There's literally not enough room to open all of them. That is insane. Okay, we're gonna take a gamble here and see what we get. Right, that is box number 1. Doesn't look like much. Oh crap! I actually think you have to open all of them. I think you do, because in the other box there was a bag 6, but in this one there's a bag 7, but there was also like a bag 2 and 3. So you actually have to open every single. That is dumb. That is really dumb. They should have done the exact same thing they did with the Death Star, where like you could open 1 box at a time. There is not nearly enough space to open all of the boxes here. That is insane. That is insane. How the hell am I going to open all these boxes? Oh, that's really annoying. Man, I swear, the first hour of this live stream is purely just going to be me, like, sorting this stuff out. Like, sorting where it goes. Oh, this is really bad. Oh, I hate this. This is awful. No! I mean, at least it comes in numbered bags, but still. Got to sort this out. Okay. Yes. Alright, I'll try to... I'm just thinking. I'm not sure I'll add anyone to the live stream today, but tomorrow I'll check Bricks to you. I'll check your channel and see all the gem. I mean, you did contribute $2, so so that's legit enough. But like, just to make sure, I'll check your channel tonight after this stream. Also, I can't do it right now, but after this stream, I'll check your channel, see if it's legit, and then like maybe tomorrow, if you're free tomorrow, then maybe I can add you in to the training to the group. Okay then. Let's start off talking about solo then, while I freaking organize this insane way of doing stuff. That's fine. Bag 5. There's no bag 1. There's actually no bag 1. This is just bag 2, 3, 5, and 7. What the hell? Come on, Lego. Just throw me a bone, you know? Like, at least, geez, at least try to make it a little easier for me. Oh my god. So I have to open each and every box to do this. That's awful. Alright. Honestly, this is actually going to take so long. Like, when I was building the UCS R2D2 and the UCS, like, Simpsons house, that took me a while because, like, I bought them off eBay because they were cheaper. And they didn't come in the numbered bags, which was a real pain. So, like, the first 1 or 2 hours was purely just me sorting the Lego out. And that was, I have to say, those builds were awful. This is probably going to be a similar sort of thing, where I'm just going to have to be sitting around sorting this stuff out instead of actually building. That is a real pain. Alright, let's talk about solo while I'm building this thing. Right, so Solo, a Star Wars story. Obviously, as I said before, hopefully I will be seeing it by, like, my last live stream should be Friday. Hopefully that'll be when I complete this set. And it's meant to, I think it's meant to come out on Friday. So hopefully by the Friday stream, by the last stream I do, I should have seen Solo. Oh god, this is awful. I should have seen Solo. So, I've only opened 2 boxes and we're out of space. But until I see Solo, then I can just talk about the trailers. The trailers for Solo look pretty cool. Well, no, okay, no, I'll rephrase that. They look alright. They are not amazing. I would say, and this is not just me speaking, but like just I think a lot of people in Star Wars, like the Star community, it's the least hyped Star Wars film I've ever seen. Honestly, like there was so little hype for it. You know, no one cares at all about this film. It's just so like, whatever. And I mean, granted, it's understandable because The Last Jedi got a mixed reception. A lot of people are starting to say about how, oh, you know, Star Wars sucks now and stuff. I'm not going to say flat out it sucks. It's not the best it's ever been, I'll say that. But it's not, you know, awful. Okay, I'm going to have to close this instruction manual just so I get more space. I realized I need more space to do this. But anyway. But yeah, so Star Wars in general, like as a franchise, it's not, you know, people are saying, oh, it's over, it's terrible now, you know, it's all ruined. It's not ruined, you know, calm down. Jesus fucking weed. You know, it's like one film was controversial. The film before that was, you know, okay, some people didn't like The Force Awakens, and I get that. I think I liked it a lot more when I first saw it. Rewatching it now, The Force Awakens doesn't hold up that much. But all in all, you know, it's yeah, Star Wars is not dead. It's not ruined. It's not like the worst thing to happen. I think a lot of people are over-exaggerating, you know, saying, oh, Star Wars is over. You know, Catherine Kennedy is basically the devil. Okay, Catherine Kennedy is not the devil. She's made some questionable choices. Rian Johnson made some questionable choices in The Last Jedi. I'm not going to say flat out I hate The Last Jedi. That's too strong, I feel. But, you know, I understand a lot of the criticism. There's a lot of things about it I would have changed if I could make the film. But I can't. I'm not a filmmaker. Even though I wish I was. So, you know. So the state of Star Wars right now, yeah, it's not as the best by any means. It was certainly a lot more hype before The Force Awakens came out. Like, does everyone remember the hype we got for Force Awakens? It was just insane the amount of hype for that film. And then people saw it, and it ended up being so amazing. Like, people loved it so much. Alright, final box I'm on to right now. People loved The Force Awakens when it first came out, and then after like 6 months or so, maybe a year, like I think just before Rogue One came out, people started criticizing it, saying, oh, The Force Awakens wasn't actually that good, it was awful. And that's when it really started. Because you have to remember, wow, there's so much. You have to remember, even in the years of like, oops, even in the years of like the prequels, the internet was just not a thing. I mean, technically it was, but it was just not a big thing whatsoever. So I have to move this instruction manual because this is insane. This set is so freaking big. Like, there's so many. Just the bags, like just the bags, take up my entire table. That is actually insane. Like, I know everyone talks about how big this thing is, but it's actually insane. Just the bags take up the entire table. That is like, that is just unbelievable. Okay. But yeah, so Star Wars is not dead. Solo, look, it's. I don't want to say flat out I'm not excited. It's a Star Wars film. I'm going to see it midnight release. I will say this though, every single year until now, I've gone to see Star Wars in IMAX, midnight release, and it's been a big thing. Like for The Last Jedi, I went in my Stormtrooper helmet, you know, and I was pretty underdressed as well. Like, other people there wearing like full sort of Jedi costumes and all that stuff, you know. Me in my Stormtrooper helmet, I was actually fairly underdressed. You know, it's actually insane. So like the hype for these things, like I was so hyped for these films, but now I'm so not hyped for Han Solo that yes, I will go see it midnight release, but like for me, that's not a big deal. Like, I go see pretty much every film I want to see midnight release. Like I went to see Deadpool 2 midnight release. I went to see Avengers Infinity War midnight release. I went to see, like, you know, so many different films. I've gone to see all midnight release. So when I say, oh yeah, no, well, that doesn't necessarily mean I think it's a really good film. That doesn't really necessarily mean I'm so excited for it. That purely just means, yeah, I'm going to watch it, you know? There we go. That is all the freaking pieces laid out. It is so much here, you actually can't even see it from, like, that camera right there. You actually can't see the gravity of it. It is honest, like, the box and the bags take up literally the entire table. Literally entire table. Just looking at it right now, there's a lot of bag 3. I would say that's one of the most. There's quite a few bag 16. There's quite a few bag 4. Whoops, quite a few bag 4 as well. Yeah, bag 1 is also reasonably big. Bag 14 seems quite low. There really doesn't seem a lot of bag 14. But yeah, now I've gotta put all this on the floor or something. I don't know, I've got to put this somewhere to you know, get it to fit. This is insane. I'm gonna look at the chat. Hey, Vintage Bricks, how's it going, man? You know, you good? Haven't seen you in a while. Star Wars is the opposite of dead. It's so alive right now. Yeah, that's certainly an opinion. I'm gonna say that I'm like, and again, this is very personal, but from my point of view, Star Wars is kind of in a bit of a thing right now. I'm not gonna say flat out, oh, Star Wars is dead, you know, it's because it's not. But at the same time, I'm not going to say I think it's the best it's ever been, because I don't, quite frankly. I think Star Wars has been in a better place amongst the fans, amongst just, you know, generally, it's just, I think it's in kind of a place where it's like, so for that reason, I mean, for God's sake, you know, Solo is a Star Wars film. Like, it is a Star Wars film, okay? The fact that I'm not excited about it says so much. I mean, I'm not doing it wrong. I'm not dreading it. I'm not thinking, oh, it's gonna be awful. You know, I'm not dreading it at all. I'm just saying I'm not particularly hyped. I was so much more hyped about Avengers Infinity War. I honestly was. And quite frankly, I'm gonna say I didn't actually end up seeing it in IMAX, but I kind of wish I had. Because Infinity War was great, and I tend to, like, these days, I like to see at least one film a year in IMAX. Generally speaking, that used to be the Star Wars film. I used to see every single Star Wars film at the end of the year in IMAX. It was almost like, you know, sort of ritual thing. I thought it was like a really good way to end the year, because at the end of the year you see the Star Wars film and all this stuff in IMAX, and yeah. But now, I mean, it's just, you know, something about it, quite frankly. I know next year, like in 2019, they're going to go back to the Christmas releases, like Episode 9, which is cool, but, you know, it's just not the same. I think, for me, Avengers Infinity War is going to be the film of this year, which is odd because it came out in April, you know? It's weird. Bag 9. Good grief, there are so many bags, it is actually taking up my floor space next to me. If you only saw how much, like, this is taking up space, you the freaking weird. Why does this set have so many pieces? This is insane. Oh my god. Alright. Adam Curran says, bag 1 takes the longest, it's almost all Technic. Thank you, Adam. That fills me with so much joy. Thank you so much for telling me that bag 1 is going to take 20 years. Bag 6. Bag 5. This is all freaking bag 4. Okay, I think that's good. I can have 3 bags on the table. That's fine. Oops. We're going to put this over there, put that over there. We've also got these other random bags, which haven't got numbers. These are the ones with the big things in them, you know. Okay. All right. There are so many of these pieces. Jeez. Right. Where's my shotgun? Okay, there it is. Bag 1, ladies and gentlemen. Holy chihuahua. Come on. Okay. Bag 1. Oh, I need a drink. I need alcohol is what I need. Okay. There we go. How long have I been doing this already? I don't even know how long this live stream's going on for. I haven't even started building yet, and already I'm tired. The trailers for Solo, I mean, I know there was a lot of controversy about whether or not the guy can even act. Like, whether or not that guy can even, you know, like, I think he had to have acting lessons or something. I think there was some rumor that he had to have acting lessons for Han Solo. But, I don't know if these are true or not. There's so many pieces! I am not getting enough space at all. I need 2 tables for this. Oh my day, this is just filled. This entire bag is filled with these connector pieces. That's great. But yeah, so that's cool. I find that quite humorous. That is that. Wow, that is a lot of connector pieces. That is so many. I wonder how many in the set. I feel like I'm cheating by going right to the back. I'm gonna check how many connector pieces are in the set. Black. Okay. There we go. There are. Wow, 269 of these pieces right here within this set. That's something. That is something. Bag one is going to take so long. Oh god, there's not enough space to space things out. Like, one thing I noticed takes so long is the fact that if you can't space out the pieces properly, it becomes so hard to find any. That's the only thing I noticed. Cool. All right, let's begin, shall we? Let us begin this mammoth task. I feel anxiety just planning this. God, this is terrifying. All right. In the meantime, yeah, feel free to leave any questions or anything in the comments, of course, as usual. If you've got anything you want to talk about, put that in the comment section as well. All well and good. Yeah, really. Cool. Who we got here then? Who's still here in this live stream? As I said at the beginning, and I'll say it again, not today, but in future live streams, like tomorrow on future live streams. I messed up there. In future live streams, I'll be like allowing guests in, as in like not just like necessarily like big guests. Like if you want to be a guest on the show, then feel free to like tell me in the comments, and I'll check your channel. Like I want to, you have to have at least a few videos on your channel, and that's purely just so that I can check that you're not awful kind of thing. So I just want to sort of check, But if you want to be on my channel and you got a few videos I can watch of you so that I can make sure you're okay, then yeah, leave in the comments and I might very well ask you to be in a stream. Kind of cool. And of course, you don't have to stay for the entire thing. Like, it's not a requirement. You can literally just pop in and out, do whatever you want. It's a very chill environment. Okay. Now, as I said at the beginning, this should take me just like very vaguely of the amount of pieces it has. This should take me about I don't know, about 14 to 15 hours. So yeah, and I calculate that to be about a few streams, well, about 6 or 7 streams worth. So yeah. So by the end of this week, hopefully this will be done. How long do you remember? Tonight I'll be streaming for not just tonight, but every night I'll most likely be streaming for about 2.5 hours. Yeah, that's what I plan to do per stream or so. Partially because my camera, like not this camera, but the camera next to me, only has about 3 hours worth of memory until I have to change it. So yeah. But apart from that, everything. So I'll probably be doing about 2.5 hours tonight. That's how long I'll be streaming. I have no idea how long, like how much that'll give me, like how much I'll be done of the set when I'm finished. I guess we'll find out. If I'm just like, there's 17 bags, so if I divided that into like 7, what is that? 2 bags a night or so? No, more than that. 2 to 3 bags. Yeah, like 2.5 bags a night, more or less, is what divides into. So as long as generally speaking, as long as I complete like 2.5 bags per night, So what that's like a bag per hour, basically. Then I should be on track. Although I will, you know, Adam has said that this is the longest bag, so I'll give myself a bit longer for this. I don't know. At the very least, I want, you know, complete, at least can, you know, start bag 2 by the end of tonight. Okay. And of course, as usual, if you've got any questions or anything, leave it in the comment section, and I'll make sure to answer it. By the way, for those of you who are here on the Slade 1 live stream, I may very well, like, may long stretches of silence. That is purely just, you know, because I can't speak for that long. I used to be able to, but I've realized it's so much easier when you've got someone with you to help you. Like someone, I mean, someone like you got to talk to, then it's so much easier. But I just can't talk to myself basically for like 2.5 hours. It's kind of hard. So, you know, there may be some stretches of just silence. So, sorry. I'm already feeling tired. My window is open because it's still technically sunny outside, but soon it's going to get dark. And then if I don't close the window when it gets dark, it's gonna let the moths in, because moths just love my room apparently, which is a pain. You know, there you go. By the way, the times of these live streams may change. The timing of like these live streams may change every once in a while throughout the week. That is just purely down to the fact that as much as I tried, it's kind of difficult to try and like get a specific time every single day of a week that you're free. It's surprisingly difficult. Oops. So, like, I think on Tuesday, I'm going to have to do this live stream significantly early. I think tomorrow's all right. But I think on Tuesday, I'm going to have to do this quite a bit earlier because I'm probably going to go out later in the day. I mean, sorry, yeah. Because I'm going to go see a film with a friend, and then I'm going to go to a doctor's appointment after that. So there'll be literally no time to do the stream later. So I'll have to, you know. All right, I built this. Yay. Bag 2 is the quickest. It's just the landing gear. Cool. So maybe I'll get bag 2 done today. Who knows? Oh, we've got brick separator. Thank God. I don't know why I do that brick separator. It's not as if I've got 1,000 of them already. I wonder who has the most brick separators, like in the world. You know, that should be like a challenge. Who has the biggest army of brick separators? I'd watch that. I would definitely watch that. What else is there to talk about? I don't know. Thing is, I haven't seen Solo yet, so I can't comment on it. I can talk about Infinity War if you want, because I didn't talk about that much in my Slave 1 build, despite the fact that I literally said in the title I'm going to talk about Infinity War, but I didn't actually end up talking about it that much. If that's what you want, okay, I'll talk about Infinity War. Why not? I like Infinity War. Infinity War was a good film. I'm going to go through it beat by beat, because what else am I going to do? Of course, there will be spoilers for Infinity War in this video. So if you don't want spoilers for Infinity War, obviously don't watch it. But then again, it's been out some time now. Everyone who's wanted to watch it has watched it. So don't pretend you haven't. So Infinity War, as I said, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great film. Started off with like Loki and them lot, like Asgard on the ship. Of course, it was attacked by Thanos. It did not last very long. Which I've got to say, like, and I think a lot of what I'm going to say is based off other people's reviews of it. Slight thing about it, and this is something that a lot of people have said, so I'm kind of copying them, to be honest with you. But it feels almost like the beginning of this film kind of makes redundant the entire of Thor Ragnarok, because it's like, you know, it was all this thing about trying to find power and like. Thor's power is more than just a hammer kind of thing, and all this sort of stuff. And then by the beginning of this film, he's reduced back to just what he was before, which is basically, just a powerless dweeb, And while he's not, of course, powerless, he's certainly a lot depowered. He's nowhere near as powerful as he seemed to be, at least from Thor Ragnarok, which is kind of a bummer, because I'm like, oh, okay, then I guess that's not happening. That's not a thing, kind of a bit odd. Like if you went straight from Thor Ragnarok straight to this film, it feels like a fair amount of it you wouldn't understand. So you'd be like, what? Why would I don't understand why Thor just immediately lost his power. At the end of Thor Ragnarok, it was like this all hopeful thing about Asgard's the people and all this stuff, and then by the beginning of this film, oh yeah, no, Thor's weak. Yeah, no, Thor's lost all his power that he just gained in the last film, apparently. And Thanos kicks his butt. I do have to say, though, that they do set up Thanos incredibly well. Because, I mean, it honestly felt to me like, how in God's name are they going to stop Thanos? Because right at the beginning of the film, he's got one infinity. I think he's got the Power Stone, I think it was. Or something else, I can't remember. I think it was the Power Stone. The point is, he's got one, just one of the Infinity Stones. Not all of them, just one. And he manages to easily take down Thor, the entire Asgardian army, Loki, the Hulk, and he manages to take them all down. Just him, his guys, and one stone. So I was thinking, if he can take down like so much with just freaking one stone, how is anyone to stop him when he's got all five? How is that even remotely possible? And to be honest with you, they kind of abandon that question, because the thing is, it seems like he almost, to an extent, gets less powerful throughout the film. It's kind of weird. It seems like throughout the film, he is able to do more stuff the more stones he gets, but it seems like he gets less and less powerful. Because like at the beginning of the film, he can easily take down the Hulk and Thor and like the entire Asgardian army and all that stuff, just easily. But then as it goes on, he has trouble taking down Iron Man. Captain America holds him for a brief time. And I'm not saying these guys are necessarily weak, but compared to like people like Thor and Hulk, it's just kind of weird how it seems that he finds it so easy to take down the top tier Marvel superheroes, but then later on, when he's meant to be more powerful, he then has trouble taking down the sort of B level heroes kind of thing. It's like, oh, okay, sure, why not? I mean, I understand it obviously be a boring film if he just took down everyone in seconds. I'm just saying that realistically, I know how ironic it is. I'm talking about realistically in a world of superheroes, but if it was realistically, then I don't, it's weird how he wouldn't just easily take down everyone immediately. I mean, for God's sake, especially as he gets more and more stones. Also, I know it's not order, but the Guardians of the Galaxy, like a big, like, by the way, they were great. I loved them in the film. I mean, we talk about the Peter Quill thing and how Peter Quill do all this stuff, and I get how it's annoying to a lot of people, and that's fine. But I'm not going to talk about that right now. What I'm going to talk about is, quite frankly, again, I don't want to be rude towards the Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, they're cool, and I really do like them. But do they seriously expect them to take down Thanos? They are not. I mean, it boggles my mind how they took down freaking Ego. He's Celestial. I feel like they kind of butchered Ego, because the Celestials in the comics, I mean, I never really read the comics, but, you know, still, what I know is that they are meant to be crazy powerful. Like, they're meant to be like the level of gods of the Marvel universe. But somehow the freaking Guardians of the Galaxy could take them down. I'm like, oh, okay. You know, it feels like Ego is not nearly as powerful as he was in the comics, like, or just any Celestial. It feels like Celestials are so much more powerful in the comics. And I just don't understand how they even, like, obviously they didn't, but I don't understand how they even thought they could take down Thanos. Because it's like, realistic, like, how powerful are the Guardians of the Galaxy? Like, really? I think I would say, and look, this is debatable, but I would say, in my personal opinion, Groot is the most powerful Guardian. Like, I mean, again, this is very up for debate. I mean, you know, you've got Gamora, who's meant to be the most fearsome woman in the universe, which, by the way, is not true at all. Like, I mean, to be frank, even if she's really, really, really good at hand-to-hand combat, which I'm sure she is, don't get me wrong, I'm sure, like, in hand-to-hand combat, she's really good. But even if she's the best in the freaking universe, like, she's got swords. I think she might have a few guns at one point, I don't even know. But the fact of the matter is, how can she be the most terrifying woman in the universe when she only uses swords? It's like, I mean, there's only so threatening you can be. Have you never heard of a gun? I mean, you got people like Iron Man who've got, like, long-range weapons, like missiles and all this stuff, like, literally built into their hands. It's like, oh, okay, fine, sure, you know. I guess Gamora is so unbelievably fearsome, despite the fact that Iron Man doesn't actually even need to be close to her to kill her. Like, I'm sorry, and I know this isn't really a complaint with the film, just more generally the Guardians of the Galaxy, but how can Gamora be so incredible if she only has short-range weapons? Surely Iron Man could just, like, fly above her and shoot her with a missile. What would she do in this situation? I guess she'd dodge it, but she can't dodge forever. It's like, how can she be the most fearsome woman in the universe, as everyone keeps saying, when she doesn't actually have any long-range weapons? And she never heard of a gun before. But anyway, I digress. The point is, the Gamora is powerful, don't get me wrong, but against Thanos? Really? No. Against Thanos, no, I don't think she stands that much of a chance at all. And nor does anyone. Groot, as I said, I think he's the most powerful, but I don't think he stands a chance really much either. I mean, what's his name? Star-Lord. I guess he's got the weapons, and the fact he can fly pretty damn well. Like, he can fly surprisingly well. I didn't know how well he could fly. That's an advantage, obviously, and his guns, you know, obviously an advantage as well. But his guns, I mean, sure, they have, like, different features and they can shoot different things, but really they're not a lot more powerful than your average gun. They're more just kind of like a fancy laser gun. So against, like, a Thanos who's basically equivalent like a god, they're really not going to do much. You got Drax. Drax, I'm going to be real with you. I mean, look, okay, I love him. I love Drax. His character is freaking amazing. It cracks me up all the time. Honestly, I'm going to say Drax is one of the funniest characters in the entire MCU, which is filled with, like, 60 freaking characters. But I think he must be one of the funniest because it's just great seeing his banter and all that. It's just amazing. That being said, however, in terms of power scaling, he's kind of weak. Like, I mean, he has a couple of knives. He's worse than Gamora. I mean, he has a couple of knives, not even swords, just knives. He has no body armor whatsoever. I mean, sure, you could say he's more durable than the average person, but even so, he's not bulletproof. You know, he may be a bit more durable, but he freaking runs about with, like, you know, no shirt on. So, like, how durable can he really be in a world? I mean, in a world of freaking, like, you know, people who can shoot lasers out of their eyes and stuff. You know, just you should have at least some body armor. Come on. But even then, he's got a couple of knives. He isn't. I mean, okay, I think in the second Guardian film, he did jump quite high. So I guess maybe his stamina and his strength is somewhat above the average person. I could get that, but it's not massively above it. It's not like Thor or Hulk levels of strong. He's not that strong, you know? So how can Drax really compete against pretty much anyone? You know, it's kind of boggling. It's like, oh, okay. You know, like, he must be, and again, I do love Drax. His character is freaking amazing, but he has to be like the weakest Guardian. Because yes, while obviously I'm not saying, you know, he's not necessarily a powerful person in and of himself, and I'm sure there are some heroes who'd have a difficult time against him. Like, for example, Daredevil. Like, he's more on the level of Daredevil kind of thing. He's not weak. He's obviously a lot better than the average person, but is he really like on the level of like these other people who can fly and freaking shoot branches out of their hands? You know, it's a bit weird. And they got Rocket, who physically I don't think he's particularly good, but I think he's particularly powerful. I think he's more powerful than Drax just because of the gadgets he has. It's kind of the same. Rocket, in some ways, is similar to Batman, except like the sense of humor is completely different. In terms of, yeah, physically speaking, he's not amazing, but like just the gadgets he has is just, they really push him over the edge. And that's the reason I think Rocket is significantly above Drax, just because of the gadgets, you know? But yeah, I digress quite a bit then, didn't I? Whew. Okay. It's so annoying when things don't work the way they're meant to work. 3, 4. Oh, okay. I'm so worried I'm gonna do something wrong here. You know? Like, it's one of those things where you just feel like something is gonna go horribly wrong, but you're not even gonna realize until like so much later on. That's gonna be an issue. But hey, you know, whatevs. Yeah, come on, you. Whoops. Oh, there's so much Technic here. I don't particularly hate Technic, and like, unless it takes a long time. Generally speaking, Technic is not my favorite. I mean, the sets, like in Technic, the Technic theme are quite cool. But otherwise, like actually building it sounds weird, but I don't mind having Technic sets. I don't like building Technic sets. I'm just not a big fan of Technic design. Maybe it's because I'm an idiot. Who knows? Anyway. So yeah. I can't remember what happens after the whole Asgard thing. Oh, I remember now. So after Heimdall is killed, poor Heimdall, I did like Heimdall. I mean, I liked Heimdall more, like a lot more than I liked any of the other friends Thor had, which got killed in like the second, like in the Thor Ragnarok film, because no one gave a crap about them. It was like, who are these people? But yeah, so I did like Heimdall. It was a shame. Loki died. That sucks, kind of. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, in hindsight, it was obviously going to happen because it was such an impactful thing. Like, oh yeah, the main villain from, like, I would say, like, obviously the first Avengers film, but also to an extent Phase 1, like the beginning of the Marvel Universe. You could say Loki was like the main villain because, of course, he was in the first Thor film, and then he appeared, I think, at the end of, like, what was it? End of I don't know. I think it was the end of the first Thor film as well. He appeared at the end of the first Thor film as well. He died and he came back immediately. And then, of course, he was the first villain of the Avengers. And then even after that, going into like Phase 2, became a much more prominent thing. Like he was in the second Thor film. He was in the third Thor film, obviously. I think he might have been some other films in there. I can't remember. But he was certainly a prominent figure. And then he was killed off. but at the same time, it was kind of obvious because they need to establish Thanos as like the massive bad guy everyone's going to fight. So it's understandable why they had to kill off sort of thing to give more impact. It's still kind of sad though. Still kind of sucks. What? Oh. Okay. Anyway, so after Asgard gets blown to hell, by the way, I think, who was it? Someone at Disney said, oh yeah, no, that's not all of Asgard. Like, there are still people, like Asgardians, or whatever, who still are around. So that's not all of Asgard. So Asgard itself is not actually dead, because, you know, it's the people and all that. So Asgard will return, probably in the next Thor film, I assume. I'm not sure. I know there are some people's contracts are expiring, and that's kind of a good indicator that they're going to die. I'm not sure Chris Hemsworth's contract is expiring. Maybe it is. He might be, like, there might be another Thor film. I don't know. I think someone said there would be, but I don't know if that's a good, you know, source. But, as usual, if you've got any questions or anything, leave it in the comments, and I'll make sure to answer it, obviously. There's so many connectors here. Obviously, to make sure the frame stays up and doesn't just completely collapse under its own weight. Whew. I'm on page 35 of like freaking 450 or something. Oi, oi! The pain. My throat is really starting to hurt now. Clearly. Hmm. I'm giving my throat some rest, by the way. I'll probably continue talking a bit later. I'm just giving my throat some rest before I start another full rant about things. Understandable. This thing is going to be so freaking massive, it's not even funny. I wish you could see outside right now where I am, because it's really beautiful. Like it's just the sort of, I think the sun's setting right now. It's currently like 8:30. And it's just creating a really beautiful sort of aura, I suppose, like a really beautiful sort of light. I really like it. Let me know where you, like, what time it is where you are. Assuming you're not also in England. Like, if you're in another country, then let me know what time it is there. So, for those who've just joined, I'm giving my voice a bit of a rest right now because I've been talking so much about Infinity War that I kind of need, my voice needs to chill. I'm pretty sure I won't be able to talk 15 hours straight. Hopefully I'll get back to done by the end of the day. We'll see what happens. Sonic Flower. Hey, Comic Samler. How's it going? Come on, you. Okay. Oh, hey, Emperor Ben. How's it going, man? I don't know what I've got 3 dislikes for. Like, I don't really know what you want, to happen. Why are you disliking? And I sound like a spoiled kid, but like, why are you disliking the video? I don't understand. What do you want? You want to build it in the next 10 minutes? This is episode 1, obviously. I'm gonna. there's so many separate bits I have to build. I just put things down and pick them up. And... Oh, there's so many separate pieces you have to build. I'm 6 over here. Wait, what? Okay. Move forward. Things are coming together. Kind of. Oh, you now got the exact same thing the other side. Wonderful. That'll only take me up another 5 years. Hello and goodbye, Kitster. Kitster 117. That was quick. What new sets you are looking forward to getting? I mean, this thing is because I lost my job. Also, I worked at Toys R Us, and that kind of, you know, went. I haven't been like there's a number of sets. I haven't got any of the solo sets. Well, I want to get a few of them because I don't have the money. So, well, I technically have, but I don't want to spend the money. Yeah. So, what sets am I looking forward to? I mean, do you mean sets that are already out, or sets that, you know, are going to come out? I mean, I suppose I'm looking forward to. Oh, I mean, I want to get the White Wing, even though it's already out. I want to get. Oh no, really? What is coming out? I'm not really looking forward to a massive amount. Like, I don't know. There's not a mass amount out there I'm really looking for. Oh my gosh, I really want it. I mean, there's a UCS Cloud City that has been said to be coming out soon. So that sounds cool. I'd like to get that. Sounds like a cool set. But generally speaking, I'm not massively hyped about a lot of stuff Lego's putting out right now. I just bought a Ninjago set. I bought the Fire Mech because I've also got the Ice Tank, which actually I got for free. But yeah. So I mean, obviously I'm not as much. Obviously I've only got 2 Ninjago sets. I'm not planning to change the Ninjago. I'm just saying that I'm not massively up on everything that Lego's been putting out for Star Wars. So I'm kind of bored like right now. Maybe it's because I've got so many sets to build, like so many different sets that I own kind of thing. Maybe it's not as big of a deal, but still, it's like just not overly hyped for a lot of stuff. That seemed quicker than the last one. It's funny. It seemed quicker to build this side of it than it did the first side. I could talk about Deadpool if you so desire. If you want me to, you know. Okay. It's coming along, it's about. It's getting there slowly. Oh, here we go. It's going on to a big piece now. Way. Hang on. Okay. There we go. Snap that. Snap that. Come on, you. Does this mean I'm like half done with bag 1? That is incredibly depressing. Oops. There we go. All right. Cool beans. Oh, great. There's not enough space to put this. Hmm. Ay, this is so much. There's so much Lego. Bloody hell, there's so much bloody Lego. Whoa. That broke off. I think I'll probably finish at 9:30. So like in like 45 minutes kind of thing. Come on. Come on. Why is it so tricky? Oh, I'm really tired. I should be able to done there we go. One more. Oh, 5 people watching now. Ugh. So annoying. There we go. Oh gosh. Oh, I'm turning it around. Ugh. This thing's been monstrously big. Like, it's not even funny how big this thing's really going to be. Oh. I've got to do the same thing again that annoyed me on the other side. Okay. Where did this one go? Right, there we go. And there we go, to half of bag one apparently, or at least half of the main structure. Now I'm gonna start on the second half. Yay! What fun that'll be! Oh, look that. Come on, you. There we go. Okay, there we go. I want to get the new roller coaster set. It looks awesome. Yeah, it does look pretty cool. That'd be quite cool actually to get. I'm not much into it. A lot of people really want that set, the roller coaster. Oh, my back. Oh. I'm getting too old for this kind of shenanigans. The roller coaster would be really cool to get. It's really big, surprisingly big. I mean, personally, I wouldn't really buy it unless it was severely reduced. Because, not as much as expensive, just that I'm not enough into it to pay that amount. Oh, yeah. Do I still work at Toys R Us, you ask? Well, no, first of all, because the store I'm at no longer exists. It's all boarded up. I went there, actually. It's all boarded up. It's got metal boards and stuff on it. You know. Mm. So there is no more Toys R Us. Watching. Oh, okay. I know there's very little talking in the stream, just like the Slave 1 stream. But to be frank with you, I'm just, I can't. I don't have the energy because it's so much more difficult when there's someone not to bounce off. Like it's easier when there's someone else here and you can just, start chatting. Otherwise, it becomes really difficult. 17 freaking bags. Hmm. Okay. Whew. Can't find the piece. Can't find that piece now, can I? Oh, okay. Right. What do you get for May the 4th? Well, I mean, I lost my job at Toys R Us, so so I didn't buy anything for May the 4th. Couldn't afford to. But I would have got the UCS Y-Wing if I could afford it. But you know, probably the next week or so, I'm gonna start looking for another job because I haven't been looking because I've been focusing on building all these sets. I've got a massive backlog of sets, so you know. I think I might just finish bag 1 today, which is terrible. Although in all fairness, it is the hardest bag I've been told. So, you know, only 17 more live streams to go then, or no, 16 more live streams then. You know. The finished Let's Build of this should be coming out the next Saturday or Sunday. So let's see how it goes. No. Well, personally, I don't. Yeah. Toys R Us said that it went for British stores. Ha! Ha! Yeah, no. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna say they lied. They didn't think it would, then it did. Because I mean, it's still the same company, even if it's not. It's a weird thing. Like even if it's not. Look, I thought it was, you know, a different sort of branch of the company or something. I don't know. They said at one point, oh, it's not going to affect, you know, British stores and all that stuff, you know, but clearly it did, because then the entire company went to pot. So, you know. The stores just weren't making enough profit, clearly. I don't know. I don't really know what happened, to be honest with you. Yeah, I think it was just one of those things. I don't know. I might go into bag too. We'll see what happens, really. See how bothered I can be. Can't find your piece. You're the gray. Oh, there it is. What about Smiths or Asda? Yeah, I considered those things. Thing is, with Smiths, the pay is terrible. With Asda, I don't really know anything about food. I mean, I wanted to work somewhere where they're at toys, and I applied for toys or anything. I applied for the 3 or 4 Lego stores which are in London, which are close to me, and they all rejected me. I don't know why. I've got experience in retail. I told them about my YouTube channel, so I don't know why they rejected me, to be honest with you. But yeah, so Lego didn't accept me, and I want to work somewhere with toys, and Smith's pay is terrible. But you know, the more I do, the more I'm thinking about Smith's. Really, I feel like I'm sort of betraying them. I feel like I'm betraying Toys R Us, kind of. I mean, Toys R Us doesn't exist anymore, but still, I feel like I'm betraying Toys R Us. I work at Smith's, but hey, whatevs. I don't really give a crap about that. The thing is, I've never been a 9 to 5 person, like ever. But some people can do it. My dad can do it. I mean, I don't say this to him, but I actually admire my dad very much. Just the fact that he can do it, because I just physically couldn't do a 9 to 5 sort of thing. Or just generally, not necessarily the hours, but like in an office job, I couldn't. Like, it just would not work. Oh God, I'm not exaggerating when I say it would. Doing an office job would more likely drive me to suicide. And that's not even a joke. Just I could not deal with the menial kind of, unless it was super duper. I mean, God, it sounds like such a hippie thing to say, but unless it was like super duper, like I felt important and if I felt it was meaningful, like really meaningful, I can't just do like insurance or taxes or whatever. I cannot physically do that. I'm physically incapable of just doing that. You know. Like an office job has never been for me. I hated school just because it was too much like an office. You know. I mean, the thing is, I've talked to a lot of people who are older than me, and they all talk about how I'm basically a hippie, how it's all like, oh, just get a job, make money, you know, all that stuff. I want a job I'm going to enjoy. And I know that sounds obvious. Everyone wants a job they're going to enjoy, but it's not. I'm so much less willing to do a job if I don't enjoy it. As in, it's not okay. Some people can just buckle down and get on with it, and I admire them very much, and I'm very happy for them. I really am. I just find it so difficult if I don't enjoy it. At least, I'm not clarifying. I'm not saying to enjoy every part of it. Some people think I'm naive. I fully understand that not every part of a job is going to be good. Obviously, you know, Toys R Us wasn't always good. Far from it. Good God, no. But yeah, just generally overall, there's got to be something that keeps me there. Because quite frankly, if there's nothing that draws me to it, then I'm not going to stay. Even if I applied, even if I got the job, even if I started working there, I guarantee you, I'd leave within the first few months because I physically could not hack it. I'm like, I'd rather be unemployed than do this. And I know it sounds like, oh, well, it's so easy for you to say, you know, speaking as someone who, like, obviously, you know, obviously I'm not in poverty, I've got money, and my parents have got money, you know, and it sounds like easy for me to say, and I guess it is easy for me to say, obviously. It's obviously a lot different if you say can't afford these things and you simply have to work to live, which I don't have to do, fortunately. But, and I don't know, maybe that's partially the reason why, but it just, I physically couldn't do it. And it's not just, oh, you know, just a millennial being lazy that I can't be bothered to work properly. It seems so much more serious than that. Kind of, it's like, oh God, just the mere thought of doing 9 to 5 like the rest of the world just gives me anxiety. I'm like, oh my God, sounds awful. It sounds like an awful job. Just whatever it is, I can't imagine any sort of 9 to 5. And again, I'm not bashing people who do 9 to 5. You know, people who do office jobs. I'm not in any way criticizing them. If they can do it, more power to them. You know, I admire them. You know, but I can't physically do it. You know, it just does not agree with my system. My brain simply won't allow me to be comfortable doing like an office job. I need to move about. I need to just interact. You know, I need to do these things. Like, ugh. Otherwise, I just freaking, I don't know. Oh, I know. So, yeah. Oh. You suggested Argos. Yeah, Argos. I did think about that. I mean, I think I might apply actually. I think I might. The only thing that really put me off was more my mum, because she said apparently she knew somebody who worked at Argos at one point, and they said that it was like it was a really stressful environment because you have to run about constantly and all this stuff. So I mean, obviously it's not sitting down. I'd rather work at Argos than an office job. Don't get me wrong. Regardless of how energetic you have to be, I'd definitely rather go there. But to be honest, I think I might apply for Argos. Although that being said, you know, there are things in the news about, you know, they didn't do too well either last year, or like many years. Like Argos, in fact, there were I've forgotten who it was, but there was someone I used to know who was honestly surprised they still existed. Like someone honestly thought they'd gone under by this point. So Argos maybe not far behind Toys R Us, to be honest with you. I mean, to be frank, I haven't shopped at Argos for so long, it's not even funny. Because there is nothing there. There's no reason for me to go there. Anything they have at Argos, even if it's cheaper, it's either cheaper online or it's more convenient, you know, just to do like go to another store kind of thing. Like even if it's not cheaper online, it's probably the same price as another store, which is more convenient. There is literally no reason for me to go to an Argos store. And to be honest with you, it was similar sort of thing with Toys R Us. The only reason I bought a lot of stuff from Toys R Us, but the only reason I bought it from Toys R Us was because of the discount. There was literally no other reason. Otherwise, like before that, I hadn't gone to Toys R Us in so long. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't shop at Toys R Us if I didn't get the discount, quite frankly. Because it's not even that necessarily all expensive. Because I mean, American Toys R Us, as I've heard, those big things, they were very expensive. They're overpriced, and that's why they went under. But British Toys R Us don't seem particularly priced. I mean, they don't, you know, they don't do the best deals or anything. Obviously, you can probably find better deals online, but they weren't awful. They were pretty much the same price as like most of the high street sort of things. You know, like most of the Argos and all these different things. They're pretty much the same price as them, the British Toys R Us. But people just didn't shop there because, quite frankly, I wouldn't shop there if I didn't get the discount which I got for actually working there. There's no real reason to, even if it's the same price online, even if it's the exact same price, unless I need it urgently, what's the point in me going to Toys R Us or any store? You know, I might as well buy it online, have it delivered for free. It's like, you know, even if it's the exact same price, why do I really, can I really be bothered kind of thing? It's the future, people. You know, like, on one hand, it's obviously annoying that I lost my job. On the other hand, I can't blame anyone. Because, like, well, the only reason I shopped there was because, you know, was because, yeah, I got a discount. So, who am I to say, oh, well, you know. I had an office job. It's depressing. Yeah. I mean, what kind of office job was it? Like, what did you work as? What did you do? Because I know there are different types of office. Like, an office job is a very generic term. You do different things. But it's been proven that having a job you enjoy keeps people there longer. Well, yeah, obviously, yeah. I mean, that just seems logical. Obviously, if you enjoy the job, you're going to stay there long because you got no real reason to leave. My mum actually said this because my mum has had, even though she hasn't really worked in several years now. My mum has said about, oops, I did that wrong. My mum has said about damn it, in the past. I have lost that piece. Oh, fiddlesticks. Oh, come on. Come on, you. There we go. Ugh. I gotta go find a piece. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. Right. My mum has said about, as I was saying, my mum's talked about when she did used to work that she would have rather got a job which she enjoyed doing and got paid less than do a job that, you know, she hated and got paid more kind of thing. Now, of course, that it does have a limit, you know, to a point, like as long as you can sort of live comfortably, sort of thing. Like, you know, it does have your limits. You can't just say, oh yeah, you know, I want to work somewhere I love. I don't care about the money because that's just ignorant. You know, you have to care about the money somewhat. Otherwise, how are you going to survive in life? But at the same time, I'm very much more that mindset. I wouldn't mind working somewhere with a little less pay if it means if it means I enjoy it, quite frankly. Problem is though, Smith's is so much less pay. Well, no, well, okay. Now, actually, the more I think about it, the more I'm considering applying for Smith's because it's. I mean, what I earned at Toys R Us was like £7 something an hour, which I thought was minimum wage, but apparently it's not. Smith's does like £6 something an hour, so it's, you know, it's obviously not great by any stretch of the imagination, but it's not awful. You know, could be worse, I guess. If I'm there long enough, I might, you know, get promoted, might get, you know, some more pay. But just generally, I don't think Smith's, you know, in terms of like their pay is wonderful, really. Can I send you Lego figures? Sure. It's all about online shopping. It is indeed all about online shopping these days. which I can't blame anyone for. You know, it's easy to say as a Toys R Us employee, oh, you know, why is all why all these people buying stuff online? But I can't complain. I mean, like I can't say anything. I buy everything online these days. You know, it's like what else do I really buy? Not online. Well, I mean, you say minimum wage is £10. Not clear enough for me. I'm 20, so and I found online for 20-year-olds minimum wage is like £5 something. Ridiculous. I don't know where you're getting this £10 from. Hmm. Yeah. I think I'm nearly done with bag one, which is cool. That was nice. I mean, it's getting close to 9:30ish. I might finish this stream when I'm done with bag one, and then hopefully next time, hopefully we'll do more. I'm hoping it's going to take like 14 to 15 hours. That seems overly optimistic now. I don't know. Just from the rate at which I build other sets and the amount of pieces this set has, it should take me about 14 to 15 hours. That's what I'm basing it off. So, I don't know, I mean, it's taken like 2 hours just to build like freaking bag one. So, I mean, what to say? There we go. Okay, we're turning it over, baby. Look at that mother. I'm gonna move these pieces so I can move it all over here. Yeah, also I need to close my window because it's now dark now, because it's like, what, 20 past 9 p.m. and it's dark now, so moths are going to come flying in because wildlife hates me. Still, go Barbados, you know, like you say. Okay. Han Solo, it's interesting. Yeah, I talked about this right at the beginning of the stream. Han Solo, the film. I mean, I'm not massive hyped for it, which is saying a lot because I'm normally hyped for anything Star Wars. So I'm not saying it's bad. That is not what I'm saying at all. I'm not going to say it's going to be bad. I'm not saying that, you know, some people saying like, oh, boycott Star Wars or something. I'm not going to do that. I'm still going to watch it. You know, don't boycott Star Wars. That's dumb. But at the same time, the fact that I'm not enthusiastic about the fact I'm not jumping for joy kind of thing says a lot. I'm like, oh, yeah. Han Solo is a film that's coming out. I was more hyped for Infinity War, quite frankly. I was more excited to see Infinity War. Wow. The UCS Millennium Falcon. It is coming along, guys. It's really coming along. I mean, I don't know how long. I mean, I've been told bag 2 is the quickest because it's just building the landing gear. I don't know how long that'll take. So, I mean, I'm not really sure whether I want to continue on to bag 2 and have that be the last bag, or whether I want to stop here. I don't know. I don't freaking know. I mean, I really should close my window anyway. So, can I send you Lego figures? I mean, yeah, sure. If you want to send me Lego figures, why not? I guess. I mean, I don't know. Well, I suppose I don't have a PI. What is it? A PO box. I'd rather not give my address out on the internet again. So, I mean, you know. It's alright, you can keep your figures. It's fine. Lego should make more Clone Wars sets with normal Phaser Troopers. Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice if they did, but to be frank, at this point, it's hard to say, you know, if they will. I'm not going to say they 100% won't ever again. I assume they'll continue making Clone Wars sets. We've got the Anakin's Jedi thing coming out later this year. So I assume they will continue making Clone Wars sets. It's more just that, you know, I think, I'm afraid, guys, I think the days of iron building is kind of over. You know, it's not come back, I'm afraid. Okay. Very nearly done with bag 1. You don't know how this goes. Okay, there you go. Oh, I missed a gigantic piece. Where the hell did that go? Gotta look back, methinks. Let's have a look at the instruction manual. Yay! What fun that is. Oh, hello. Oh, that was easy. That was easy. There we go. Bag 2. I think I'm going to open bag 2. See the pieces we've got here. And it's now 9:30. I've been told bag 2 is the easiest bag, so I'm not sure what I want to like do bag 2 in the finish, or then I don't know. Whoops. Try and get a PO box. I mean, it's nice that you want to send me something, but like it actually costs money to get PO. If it was free, then sure, like you know, it's like why not? But the thing is, it actually costs money to get a PO box. Like it costs me money every month. I think it does at least. I mean, I've never tried, but from what I understand, it costs you money to maintain a PO box like every month. So, and I just wouldn't get nearly enough mail to warrant that kind of thing. So, yeah. I mean, there's not a massive amount of pieces here. I don't know. I don't want to start bag 2 and then finish. I mean, this guy said that it's basically just, you know, build 6 of the same thing. Is more or less what he said. I mean, bag 3 is only like 5 pages away. The problem I'm thinking is might take a while. Is, you know, building 6 of the thing. I might build 1 and see how long it takes for me. Not right now. Okay, I'm gonna build 1 and see how long it takes me. I've been told this meant to be the easiest bag, so I guess we'll figure it out. I should do it all at once. Actually, no, I'll do it all at once. Well, yeah, it certainly does look amazing. Bag 1 has just been completed for those of you who've just been away, who've just come back. Looking pretty stellar, if I do say so myself. Looking pretty stellar. I'm building the landing gear right now, by the way, for those interested. This is going quite quickly. I might finish bag 2. Who knows? What's that doing? Um, I think okay. you imagine trying to build this with like no like bags, no bags? That would be awful. That would be the worst thing. But I tried to build the Simpsons house with no numbered bags, as well as the R2D2. They were pains. Oops. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Alright. Then you stick him on like so. That's one leg, one landing, you're done. That didn't take very long, did it? I don't know. We'll see how it goes. He was right. It's only a quick bag. I'm going to try and build them all at once. That's all in one. Four. I've been watching 13 Reasons Why recently. I watched the first season when it came out. I mean, it's look. All I'm gonna say on it is, don't take it as a documentary. If you want to watch 13 Reasons Why and you enjoy it, that's fine. I have no problem against that. But don't watch it as a documentary. You know, it's not a documentary, and don't. I think it's dangerous to think that you know a lot of like, oh, I know about suicide and all these things, because I've watched that show, kind of thing. So, if you enjoy 13 Reasons Why for what it is, fine, that's cool. But don't consider it like, you know, a documentary. Don't think like, oh yeah, don't assume that you somehow know. Don't try to be a psychiatrist, basically. You know, don't you know. Yeah. is my 2 cents on 13 Reasons Why. UCS 8080. You mean you want a UCS 8080? Or yeah, a UCS 8080 would definitely be cool. It's not surprised me you never had one. There are so many different mocks and versions of it online. So many really good ones. That I honestly thought for quite some time, I honestly thought we actually had one in the past. But then I realized, oh wait, no, we actually have never had a UCS 8080. And I forgot that. I was like, oh, because there's been so many mocks of it. Just because so many people have made UCS 8080s, it's like, it's easy to forget. This bag is quite easy. Come on, get it done. Nice. No. Actually, no, better if. Okay. Good. You want the next one? Ba ba ba. Let me down again. Hopefully this live stream won't be blocked like my others were, like the last one was. Hello. Hi, Talk Type 40. I assume that's a reference to Doctor Who, by the way, which is awesome. It's awesome that you watch Doctor Who. Clearly, you're British. Actually, no, some Americans are getting into it now. Become more of an American thing as well. Hmm. I can't find this piece. That's really annoying. Oh, there we go. Hmm. Hmm. Where is this piece? Where are you, little munchkin? Okay. Page 78 of freaking 450 or something. Right. Turn off autofocus and turn on manual focus. It's always refocusing when you move your hands. Is it? Is it? Honestly, I haven't noticed. I'm not sure if I can. The thing is, when I'm recording directly to the computer, then I can change the focus. I'm not sure if I can do that with a live stream. I'm not sure I know how, quite frankly. I probably could. But I mean, I'm getting close to being done anyway. So, to be honest, I think I'll leave it. Rest. That's annoying. It keeps focusing in and out. Come on, you. Ooh. Hello. Okay. Yeah, no, I'll try it out for next stream. Yeah, no, I'll definitely have a look for tomorrow to see, you know, what's the deal with that. Tomorrow's I haven't noticed. I'm not even looking at the screen enough, to be honest. But it's on my computer, like right there, from my point of view. It's on my computer, and I can sort of see it all. But I haven't noticed. I mean, I've noticed it going in and out a couple times, but I didn't know it was kind of a major thing. I'm actually not British, lol. I'm from Sweden, but yeah, I do watch Doctor Who. Yeah. Next one. Yeah, something sets it off, although it didn't do it when you moved them now. Hmm. Oh, that's annoying. I have to try and do something on the next room. Okay. Cool. Oh, alright. Another landing gear. Done. Cool beans. Do I complete the last 4? I'm just a bit worried about the amount of space on my memory card. Like, not that one, but like the one next to me. See how it goes, baby. And keep going. Oh, whoops. Sorry, I meant Switzerland. Did I say Sweden? Did I say Sweden? I didn't mean Sweden. I know the difference. I swear. I thought I said Switzerland. I don't know, maybe I'm going mad. Anyway, Sweden, sorry. Do Brits always get that wrong? I, I didn't mean that. I swear I do know the difference. Did I say Sweden? Oh, okay. Alright. Maybe it's because PewDiePie's from Sweden. I don't know. Maybe I'm going mad. Mm. Do you ever watch The Office US UK? I've watched both. I watched them both on Netflix. Actually, I binged watched both of them. Um, I'm not gonna say flat out which one's better. Not because I don't want to start a riot, but more just because I can't really tell. The British one definitely finished too early. I wanted to go more than 2 seasons. That being said, however, the US one I feel kind of may have gone a bit too long. It's like I feel the US office went on for too many seasons. The British office didn't go on for enough, kind of thing. And this isn't me bashing the US one. I didn't actually mind that much. I don't really notice that much of a difference, to be honest with you. I thought they were both reasonably enjoyable, if you like that kind of thing. Um, so I did enjoy both, but to be honest, I think it was just kind of a bit like they got a bit off in terms of how many seasons to do. So I binge watched both on Netflix. Yeah, that was quite cool. Um, is the cool is the cool beans you just used from Creed? Ha! I don't think so. I mean, let's try to clarify. I assume you mean Assassin's Creed because I literally have no idea. I mean, I've never played Assassin's Creed either, but that is literally the only kind of Creed I'm aware of. I assume when you say Creed, you mean Assassin's Creed. I've never played that, but it's very possible you might mean another something else I've never heard of anyway. But no, I can't remember. I got it from somewhere. I think I got it from a TV show. I don't even remember. I just started saying it one day, and then it just sort of I kept saying it. And I don't even know why I keep saying it. Probably an addiction. So I mean, I don't know. Was it Assassin's Creed you're talking about? I don't know. Maybe. I might have heard some YouTubers saying it. I don't know. I've never played Assassin's Creed though, so I'm not much of a gamer to be honest with you. I don't mean against gaming, despite the fact I do look like one of those weirdo gamers who sleeps in their mum's basement and just plays video games all day. Despite the fact I do look like that, I'm actually not a gamer at all. I don't play that much at all. In fact, the last game I played I think was Battlefront, and I don't mean Battlefront 2. No, I mean Battlefront 1. kind of thing. Yeah, I'm not much of a gamer. I haven't bought Battlefront 2 because, yeah, granted, from what I've seen, it's better than the first one, but it's even so, it's freaking expensive. I'm not paying all that. It's ridiculous. You know, games. I feel like such an old man, but honestly, games these days they're too expensive. What the hell has happened? When I was like much more into games back years ago, there's a third leg right there. Cool. Maybe that close. Oh, yeah. Okay. When I was massive into gaming years ago, like the games were so much cheaper. And I mean, brand new games were so much cheaper. And this was like 10 years ago when I was kind of prime gaming age, like 10 years old kind of thing. I remember we paid like £30 for a new game, and that was like PS2 kind of days, which I guess makes sense obviously since the graphics got better. But I would have thought also, you know, with time things get like progressively more expensive and progressively cheaper, if you get what I mean. As in, yeah, obviously things will advance in the future, and like advancements will mean things will be more expensive. But because they're advanced, because everything's advanced, they'll also be proportionally the same kind of price as they were. Like, yeah, graphics and games have gone up, obviously meaning they'll be more expensive. But at the same time, technology should have gone up, so it should have been easier to make those graphics. Ergo, it should have kind of leveled out, maybe? I don't know, this is some weird logic I'm using. But it just seems like, why are games so freaking expensive? I'm used to the days where games were like £30 new. And it wasn't, and like, I mean, I guess there is a lot more now in games. Like, when I first started playing games, a campaign would not take you like 7 years. These days, some campaigns take you so long. I don't know. It's just ridiculous, but yeah. Okay. No. I think overall, I liked US. Hang on, sorry. I like the US one better. Is because we bonded more with the characters and it was more positive. Although the UK one is arguably a better TV show. Yeah, I mean, of course, the reason you bonded more with the characters is simply because obviously there was more of it. It's easier to bond with a character when you've watched them for like 10 seasons as opposed to 2 seasons. I mean, if you compare, I mean, I can't remember it 100. I watched The Office so many years ago now, but I can't. But if you compare, like, say, the first 2 seasons of the US and the UK one, I probably have to say the UK one is better, and that is not just because I am British, honestly. I mean, well, maybe because the humor is obviously more British. Maybe it appeals more to me. I don't know, but I'm not just saying it's because of the British one. It literally just, from my point of view, it seems more entertaining, the British one, for the first 2 seasons than the other one was the first 2 seasons. But it just has so much more, the US one. It's hard to say, oh yeah, no, that one is definitively better. It's like, well, it's like trying to compare two things. It's not very fair. But, Now I'm talking about Creed Breton from The Office US. He said that, oh, I do know who you're talking about. Creed from the show. Oh, yeah, in hindsight, I probably should have worked that out. Yeah, Creed. I do remember Creed. I do. Did he say that? Oh, I think I don't remember. I probably got it from that then, subconsciously. I don't remember he said that a lot. I probably got it from that, to be honest. I loved Creed. He was freaking badass. He was a weirdo, but he was badass. I really want a separate series of Creed when I think about it. Wouldn't that be amazing? Get a solo series of Creed. Maybe like chuck a few of those other, like, chuck some of the side characters in The Office. I can't remember their names for the life of me. But like not the main ones, but like some, like not Pam or Jim or whatever, any of them lot. Like not Dwight or anyone. Like the other ones, like the weird characters you got. Like make them a sitcom together, and that'd be freaking amazing. All right, 4th leg done. All right. Star Wars Battlefront 2 is extremely bad. Yeah, I mean, depends how you look at it. I'm gonna say it's better than Battlefront 1, but neither of them compared to the original Battlefronts. You know, they were freaking amazing. I love them. Like, man, the original Battlefront, like, original Star Wars Battlefront was so good. Like, it's not even funny. It was so good. Like, I don't even know. Like, thinking back, I don't even know how it was so good. Like, what was so good about it? Maybe it was the fact it was so kind of simple, but at the same time so fun. Because, sure, it had a campaign, but the campaign, to be honest with you, was just, like, the campaign was just narration, basically. It really wasn't, there wasn't, like, a full story, I wouldn't say. It was basically just Captain Rex narrating you going to different planets. Like, if you did instant action, which I always did, it's more or less the same sort of thing. You know, it's basically the same thing, except you would don't have narration. That's how I remember it. So, yeah, there wasn't as much campaign per se. That being said, though, it was still good. It was still really, really good. And I don't even know why. I feel like it's one of those games that has no business being that good. It shouldn't have been that good, but it just was. I was like, what the hell? How is this game so freaking good? I don't know. Because the thing is, though, it's still good today. That's the thing. Obviously, the graphics hadn't aged as well. They're not that bad. Considering how old the game is, the graphics are really not that bad. But even so, like, the gameplay itself, it's just how, like, it's still good today. You could still play it, and you'd still have a pretty good time, you know? It's like, what the hell? Battlefront has no business being that good. It just is hands down the best Star Wars game. It has to be, you know? The Force Unleashed, the first one, is pretty good as well. I like that very much. I don't actually own that. I never did. But my good friend at the time, did own it, and he had a PS2 as well. He played it, and we played it so long. We enjoyed it the heck out of it. The thing is, though, looking back now, okay, no, the story. Don't get me wrong. The story is still good. All that. What slightly annoys me is, I mean, okay, it's not as much a thing now, obviously, because it's no longer canon. But the power. I mean, there's been a lot of thing about this, but the power like that Starkiller has in the Force in Unleashed, jeez, the freaking wheeze. Now, I've seen a lot of videos of people trying to prove like, oh no, it's not, you know, he's not actually that powerful. It's just, you know, like, oh, everyone's powerful. It's all overpowered, you know. Like, for example, that time when he pulled down a Star Destroyer, obviously that Star Destroyer was already crashing. It was already going down. He more just directed it. Okay, that is a decent argument. You know, I mean, he didn't really pull down the Star Destroyer from the sky, but he kind of more directed it because it was already crashing. That's okay. That's understandable. That's understandable. But still, like, he crushes TIE fighters in midair. That is a feature you can do in the game. You can literally crush TIE fighters if you so desire. I have done it. You know, so it's like, yeah, okay, it's not canon anymore, but still, it's kind of a bit OP. I was like, oh, geez, okay, all right. I mean, why the hell? I mean, there was an argument that made like, oh yeah, but all the characters like Darth Vader and Darth Sidious, they're all OP in that game. I don't really remember that much. I remember though that Starkiller stood up to Palpatine for some time, like a significant amount of time. Like at the very end, I mean, like when he was doing the lightning and they were sort of, you know, in the lightning clash. I remember he stood up to Palpatine long enough for the other people to escape. Like it was some significant time, and this is not freaking any old guy. This is a freaking you know, Darth Sidious, supposing as powerful as Sith Lords have ever existed, you know? And you're telling me the Starkiller guy can stand up to him? Like, geez, the freaking wheeze. But yeah, so he was kind of OP, to be honest. I mean, don't get me wrong, I know Starkiller was strong with the Force. I know he was trained by Darth Vader himself, and I think he was actually trained to take down the Emperor. Like, him and Vader were meant to take down the Emperor, and then they'd rule, like, the galaxy or whatever. But still, like... Yep, almost all of EA's fault. Almost, although most of it is EA's fault. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. EA. The thing is, though, it kind of annoys me because I'm not nearly as much into gaming as people seem to think I am. So I just grew up in EA. Pretty much all the games I played were from EA, and I didn't know anything about gaming other than just I played random games. Like I didn't know behind the scenes. I didn't know any of that stuff when I was younger. So I just like, oh yeah, EA seems like such a cool company, you know, because they're just, I mean, they're just the logo I saw at the beginning of all the games, quite frankly. You know, that's I thought they were really cool for that one reason. I never thought about, you know, for all I know, they could have been murdering children in their spare time. I didn't ever obviously go into the news or anything. I never saw the behind the scenes of what EA sort of did. But now that I've sort of grown up, and now that I'm not as much nostalgic, it is definitely clear to say that EA is not a good company. I don't just mean for like the microtransactions and all these different things. Just generally, even before all that, generally for disregarding the games and stuff they make, like on a moral scale, they're not good. Like I'm not sure what exactly it was, but there's been several reports in the news over many years that they do kind of really shady stuff. Just I don't know what it is. Like they don't pay their employees right and do all these different things. Just generally, EA is kind of scummy company. To be honest, it kind of sucks that Star Wars is owned like the Star Wars brand for games is owned by EA. That kind of sucks. True. You must play Republic Commando. Republic Commando. Oh. You must play Republic Commando. It's too damn sick. Yeah. I think I've never actually played it personally, but I've seen gameplays online, and it does look really, really cool. I mean, the thing is, I don't have a game console. The only thing I have now is my computer. I don't have a game console anymore because I haven't played it in so long. Anything. But Republic Commando definitely is good. The only reason I haven't really ever played it is just because I've seen the story and everything online, and like that is definitely the biggest part of it. I would say like Republic Commando is definitely a lot more story based than anything else. Like it's not like Battlefront is a lot more based off like instant action, doing your like free world kind of do your own thing. But the thing is, once you've kind of seen the plot and you've seen it all map out of Republic Commando, which don't get me wrong is good. I'm not saying it's bad; it's good. But once you've seen it sort of map out, it sort of becomes like, oh yeah, it's like there's not a massive reason to buy it. Although if it's cheap, I find it cheap, probably it's cheap on Steam or something on Origin. Then yeah, sure, I'll buy it. Why not? I'm saying EA is ruining a lot of stuff. Really? Yeah. I mean, that's kind of like what I said earlier. To be honest, I created 5 dies. Spoiler alert. Yeah. Although it's been like 2014. Yeah, 5 dies in freaking thing. In Crime. Strange fact: Creed Bratton is actually called Creed in real life. Is he actually? That's really interesting. Actually, who names? I mean, no offense to him, but who names your child Creed? Like, of all like. Realistically, it really, I don't know why, but names always fascinate me. Because I think to myself, some parents had to sit down and think of a name for their child. And especially when I hear weird names for children, I think to myself, see, where did that name come from? I mean, where did that come from, Must be some sort of weird name about that. Must be some weird reasoning. Oh, whoops. I'm not going to touch it. Okay. Must be some reason. Was I right enough? No, I didn't. Oh. Anyway, yeah. Hi, dude. Hey, Jack Stanford. I'm sorry to break it to you, but I'm finishing very soon. Like, literally, as soon as I put this piece on, that'll be it. Oop. There we go. Nice. And with that, I'm on to bag 3. Whoop-de-doo. Okay. How long was I doing that for? I was building that for... Oh, I have half an hour left on the camera. Like, on the memory card, I mean. Okay. Put that down there. Right. I'm just going to plug this into the computer, and then I'm going to continue reading the chat. Actually, no, I'll do it later. Never mind. Okay. People have really started joining now. Why is everyone joining now? Is it because I'm talking about The Office? I'm about to finish, guys. Hi, dude. Hey, Jack. You good? Dwight Schrute is my favorite, though he's probably the weirdest after Creed. Yeah, well, yeah, no, of course, yeah. I mean, most of them, apart from maybe like, what's his name? What's his name? I don't know, Pam and thingy, Jim. Everyone apart from them is weird. That's kind of the joke. You know, that's kind of what makes them funny. The fact they're all weird, apart from Pam and what's her face. Yeah. Crunch time right into balls. Yeah. Hey, Daddy, how are you? I'm good, Mace Windu. How you doing? How you doing, man? How's it good? Murdering younglings. Lovely. Mace Windu. Yeah, I know it's Mace Windu. It's Temple Knight. It's a Temple Knight. Yeah, I don't know what Temple Knight is, by the way. Like, I don't know. I think that's a reference to another game which I'm unaware of. What's a Temple Knight? Will you grant us the rank of master? Take a seat. This is what I feel my live streams turn into, just random quoting. You are on my council, but we do not grant you the rank of master. Yay. I made it all the way till the end. Yay, congratulations, Adam. Well done. You're well done. Anyway, it's outrageous. It's fair. So my chance of losing my virginity. So is my chance of losing my virginity? What? So is this my I don't know what comment means. Anyway. Yeah, okay, so that was it. That was it. Bag 1 and 2 are done. Oh, 15 more bags to go. Jesus freaking please. That is very depressing. There's not a lot of spare pieces, considering, I mean, I would have thought there'd be a bunch of spare pieces, like even per bag, I thought there'd be a bunch of spare pieces, I mean, you know. But there you go, the landing gear is done, the main frame is done. It seems like bag 3 is going to be... Huh, there doesn't seem to be a lot in bag 3 either. I don't know, it just looks like more sort of paneling sort of stuff. Oh, we're doing the bottom bit. You know, like this bit that goes under here, kind of thing. You know. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yes. No. Sorry, I didn't see it. Like we're doing the floor basically of these kind of sections in bag 3, and that'll be tomorrow. I'm not doing these per bag, by the way. I mean, I kind of am, but I'm kind of not. Like I'm doing it. I'm trying to spend it about 2.5 hours per live stream because I that's a good way to work out. So hopefully I'll be finished by Friday. And again, this is a very rough estimate. So Friday or Saturday should be the last stream that should be done on then, assuming I spend about 2.5 hours per day doing it. So I don't know how long, like, I mean, I only managed to do 2 bags a day just because bag 1 was really, really big. So maybe tomorrow I can get to do 3 bags or 4. I don't know. You know, it really depends how many bags I can do in 2.5 hours, really. But yeah. Impressive, most impressive. Cool. All right. So if anyone's got any questions, anything more you want to say, any whatever, then say it now because I'm going to end the stream soon. It's been going some time. Has it? I mean, I think it's going on 3 hours. I'm not sure actually. So I can't really check. It's a pain. I can't check. Yeah. Oh no, it's been 3 hours. Okay. Yeah. So it's been going on about 3 hours now, which is pretty impressive. I mean, I did 4 and like nearly 5 hours for the Slave ones. You know, I mean, granted, I didn't talk much during like halfway through it. There's a lot of drop off in viewership, which is understandable. But yeah, cool. So, what time tomorrow? The time tomorrow, it should be the same. Yeah, I think the time tomorrow is the same as it today. I mean, it was meant to start at 7. It started a bit later today just because I was unorganized and I ended up having to set up everything. But yeah, so it should be at 7 o'clock tomorrow. I've tried to have the same time every day. Tuesday, I'm gonna have to do it a bit earlier because I'm actually going out later in the day. I'm going out with a friend to a film, and then I'm going to the doctor's. So I won't be able to do it at 7. So I have to do it early on Tuesday. I don't know about other days. I mean, again, I booked it for 7 every day, you know, until like Friday. I mean, I think I'll be free. I've really got anything planned, but if something comes up, then I might do it a bit earlier. Either way, wherever the time may be, I'm striving to have at least 1 live stream a day until this is done. Okay, so yeah, so it should be about 7 o'clock every day, probably tomorrow, unless something drastic comes up in the next 24 hours. then it'll be, you know. But yeah, so that is it then, guys. It's all ogre now. It is all ogre now. Yeah. See you tomorrow. Yeah. So please join me tomorrow where I'll continue. Bag 3, bag 4, maybe bag 5. We'll see how it goes. You know, who knows? Yeah. With that being said, thank you all for watching, and I will see you tomorrow with another live stream. We'll continue this sucker. It's already quite tall, by the way. Like, this is quite tall. It's quite off the ground. Anyway, see you guys.